Talk about our boy Rogan.
Going at it with Sanjay.
We gotta call him Columbus the way he taking out Indians. So the way that Rogan bodied Sanjay Gupta, dude, I'm disappointed.
I'm glad you say his name correctly.
Sanjay.
Yeah.
Sanjay.
I hate that he says Sanjay.
I know, Akaash hates this dude.
It's not hard to say Sanjay.
Akaash don't like it when Indians pronounce their name white.
On purpose for no reason.
For white people. Yes. I like when they do that because they recognize where the fuck they are. You should pronounce your name based on the country that you decide to live in. So like when I was in Spain, I would say my name is Andrew, and then I would just go Andrew. So that they would understand it. Yeah. You could just say Andrew because they don't know how to pronounce.
But if they called you Andrew, would you be like, actually, it's Andrew?
No, I just go Andrew. That's fine. That's the best that you could do.
If
your tongue doesn't work the way my tongue works.
If you said Andrew and they said Andrew, I wouldn't correct. It's up to you how you say your name.
Yeah.
So for him, and Sanjay is not Andrew. You guys can say Sanjay.
But I wasn't choosing to spend my life in Spain.
Yeah, but you can say Sanjay. I was
spending a year.
You see the difference, though. They can't say Andrew. You said it. Americans can all say Sanjay. It's an easy name.
Say it. Try to say it.
Sanjay. Sanjay. I have respect for Indians,
you
so
said
I'm going to pronounce it.
You put a D in there.
I put the D. It's Sanjay. That's what it is.
D is silent.
No, but for real, dude, I do feel strongly about that. Like, your name is pronounced based on the country you decide to live in.
But again,
don't bring your other shit here and then make me feel fucked up.
But again,
I gotta be racist because I can't pronounce your shit from not where I'm from.
Again, Sanjay.
Asians do it the best. What's your name? Phil.
Yeah. I like that.
That's all I'm talking about, Asian. Just pick a white ass name. Perfect.
We had that exchange student. Ju Young Kim. What's your name? Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Love it. Can't even pronounce his own name. Love it. Yo, and you say
Ju Young, that's the girl's name in Rush Hour almost.
Yeah.
Su Young.
Oh, Su Young.
Su Young.
Oh, wow.
Su Young.
I think they want to change it up, though. I think it's fun. You come over, you get a new name, new identity.
Yeah, it's fun. You get to live up to it. It's great. I'm just saying, your parents are really smart. You told me how they picked your name. This was really smart.
They went to white people and they gave them a list of Indian names. They said, which one can you pronounce the easiest?
Oh, really?
So they basically found a way around the system, and it was like, hey, we want to name our kid an Indian name, but also an Indian name that's easily pronounced in America by American people. Yeah. Brilliant. Maintain your culture, but also respect the fact that the majority of people speaking to your son are not going to know how to pronounce it in a perfect way.
Yes. And we still don't say it right.
We still don't. Oshkosh. My mom calls him Oshkosh.
I don't correct people who don't say my name correctly because it's not... I don't care how you say my name. I care how I say my name. That's my identity. How I carry my identity is important.
Yeah.
And I even, like on a day-to-day interaction, I stopped doing this, but I see my Indian friends will say it in a way like Andrew, one-on-one. But you wouldn't publicly go on stage and be like, hey, thank you guys so much. I'm Andrew Schulz.
If I chose to live in Spain and live there for the rest of my life, I would make that entire country bend the knee.
There you go.
It's Andrew.
There you go.
It's Andrew.
And that's my issue.
España.
You don't gotta go on newscast and be like, hi, I'm Sanjay Gupta. You're saying, and it's so easy to say.
Is it wrong that I've said in my life when people have pronounced their name like super with their accent?
No.
And then I've pronounced it with an American accent. They've corrected me. They'll be like, that's not how I pronounce my name. And I've said to them, it is here. Is that wrong?
I don't care.
I don't think that's racist.
I don't think that's racist.
If you say, that's how I pronounce it.
That's how it is pronounced. Yeah. That's how it is pronounced here, like that. It is pronounced like that here in this country.
In God's country.
Yeah. That's it. And we're in the country God chose. We will win because God is on our side.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to correct
JFK,
anybody who mispronounces my name unless they're Indian. If they're Indian and you know better, go ahead. If you're new to the culture, you don't got to be great at it. I don't got to correct you. Yeah. I just need to know I carry it properly.
How do you pronounce his last name?
Gupta.
It's Gupta.
Gupta.
Gupta. Yeah, Gupta. I say Gupta. I think we did Gupta. When I was younger. I had a teacher, Miss Gupta, but Gupta is pretty close.
And it's not... That's harder, but Sanjay I know is so easy for white people to say.
Now, did Rogan and Sanjay talk about anything besides pronunciation of names?
I think
that's all they talked about.
That's all I heard. For 3 hours is all I heard.
I mean, it was great. Okay, no. So Sanjay is the medical expert at CNN.
Yeah.
Okay? And he went on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm sure all the CNN lovers over there make fun of Rogan. They call him those dumbbell things that he loves? What are those called?
On it?
No.
Kettlebell?
The kettlebell? Yeah, the kettlebell bro, meathead guy, etc. Like that. And Sanjay goes on the Kettlebell Bro Meathead Guys podcast.
Yeah.
The guy who doesn't know anything. Oh, what an idiot. This guy is just in the gym working out. Blah, blah, that's all he cares about. And Rogan absolutely lobotomizes this man.
Yeah.
Not because Sanjay is stupid.
No.
Not because he's unknowledgeable, but because he is working for a fraudulent organization.
Right.
That lies on purpose.
Right.
And this is a choice, he chooses to work there, and he chooses to continue to propagate those lies. Is that the right word I'm using?
Yep.
And defend those lies. But when you are faced with truth and you're a liar, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, except be snarky. He was a snarky little fuck.
There was a little snark.
And more so, I saw an interview with him talking to CNN afterward.
I want to talk about that.
Okay,
I want to talk about that
okay,
afterwards
get to this,
because I want to
yeah,
talk the
my bad.
reaction. But so basically, Joe calls him out and calls CNN out.
Yeah.
And he goes, "How do you feel about the fact that your organization lied about me taking horse dewormer?"
Yeah.
Like they called it horse dewormer.
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper, Brian Selter.
He addressed that they put the filter on the so it looked more yellow.
They filtered his face to
Yeah.
make him look more yellow. And they said, and he basically was like, listen, this is a drug that is prescribed to billions of people. Billions seems like a lot, but a lot of fucking people. Billions. There's only billions of people on the planet.
Prescribed?
I've never had it. Yeah, I don't think they're prescribing drugs in the fucking Uyghur area of China.
No,
right?
they just put on a slingshot and just shoot it out there.
Into the
Yeah.
camp. There you go. So still, a lot of people, this is a drug for humans. He was prescribed a drug by a doctor along with a bunch of other drugs. They specifically targeted that one. They called it horse dewormer. They lied about what he was taking, and they lied about him in general.
Yes.
And he calls out Sanjay, and Sanjay's like, well, I guess it wasn't a flattering description. No.
Yeah. Yeah, he tried to maneuver around it slickly.
Yeah.
And Rogan had him
kept
every
hammering.
time.
He said, no, motherfucker, you guys lied about me.
Yeah.
And you lied about what I was taking, and then lying about what I was taking, you could have said the whole cocktail of the stuff I was taking, and maybe it could have helped people.
Yeah.
Who knows? And I think Rogan was open. He was like, listen, there's not enough data to show that this is actually helpful. I took a bunch of different things. It could have been the mono something, whatever.
Mononuclear antibodies.
No,
It's not mononuclear. It's like monocloid or something.
Monoclonic or something like that.
Monoclonic antibodies.
Monoclonal
antibodies.
Monoclonal antibodies. He goes, it could have been that, right? It could have been a bunch of other things that he was taking, but obviously it helped him and he survived, right? Yeah. And
He felt sick for one day.
he felt sick for one day, and then 5 days later it was gone.
Tested negative.
Shit, I had that shit for way more than that
Yep.
when we were doing Netflix. All y'all had that shit for 10 days too, probably.
Yeah.
Right? So it was just really cool to see him call out the expert from the channel that's lying about him and see him kind of melt under the pressure.
The thing is, like, if Sanjay was off air, I feel like the conversation would be so different.
Okay, go.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like he's a neurosurgeon. He's a smart guy. Like, I think that he has this allegiance to CNN where he has to sort of play by their, constitution and say and like support the organization. That if off air, he'd be like, yeah, no, they were trying to fuck you over. Like,
lie.
they were trying to do this. I don't think he would say we lie. I bet you he doesn't see himself
says
in that
they
way.
lie.
Yeah. He's like, I'm just a doctor. They bring me in, I say the thing, and then that's it.
Yeah, but that is tough when you're under contract.
And it is tough when we're under contract. And then there's a writer named Barry Weiss, and she's been on Rogan, and she used to be a New York Times writer. And I shouldn't think she left the Times. There might have been some scandal, or she didn't want to continue supporting them, or something like that. But and she was on Brian Selter's show on CNN, and recently she was calling out. She's basically calling out like what's going on here. Like when you can't, like it is madness when you can't say there's a difference between men and women. It is madness when you can't say, and all these different things madness. And then or when they won't allow you, that was the term. And then Brian Selter was like, who is they? Like, who won't allow you? Who is saying that you can't do these things? I mean, you're discussing it right now. And then she goes, listen, Brian, you and I both know, because we've worked for these organizations and you work for one right now, that there's a culture at the organization which rewards certain behavior. You want to have more time on TV, you want to get more articles published, you have these opinions, and those stories are going to get published as long as they fit the opinions of the network or the periodical, the newspaper, etc.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's going, yeah, there is no they. He goes, yeah, they don't have to be explicit about it. Yeah. Do you want to succeed here at the company?
Right.
It's almost like, I'm sure it's the same as if you're like a cop or if you're working at the courts or whatever, it's like there's a way where you continue to rise up in the organization, and there's a way where you don't. You call out the officers, you call out bad behavior, you're calling out things that the people that make the shield look bad. Guess who's not getting a promotion?
And it's never written. It's never a constitution. It's never like, yo, do these things, you'll get here. It's just always vibe, energy. What are you saying? Like positive feedback.
Right?
Unwritten rules.
It's like, it's amazing. It's almost self-policing. You see someone else getting on, and you're like, how the fuck he got on? Oh, he's kissing the ring. He's playing the rules. He's doing this. I guess I should do more of that. It's kind of genius. It's almost how, like, you know, the Mafia Don never has to give the instructions to the lowest level guy who's going to make the hit.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of like known. Oh, that guy was talking shit, or that guy made a hit at us. We know how we get back. Like, there's separation.
Yeah.
You know, does that make sense?
Like little stuff like, oh yeah, he'll get taken care of or something like that. Like, just say something casually, and it's like, you know what that means. Yeah. Like, everybody falls in line and they know what that means.
And when the big boss comes out and like praises an article or report that was done, all the other people go, well, I'd like the big boss to praise me if I wrote a piece just like that.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like when fucking Nicki Minaj likes tweets that her
and now her fans go, oh, that's what she wants us to talk about.
Yeah.
That's what she wants us to do. That's what she wants us to cancel. Exactly. So like, you're pushing the company in the direction you want through reward, and pushing it away from the direction you do not want, with not necessarily punishment, but like
lack of reward,
and just ignoring. But you were saying you saw Sanjay on CNN, because I think what's happening right now is like CNN and a lot of these different places are looking for their boogeyman. Yeah. Right now that Trump is gone, you can't just say Trump is bad. Yeah. So they've almost replaced it with Rogan. But the problem is that the people love Rogan more than they love CNN.
Yes.
Yeah. Right? So they don't have the animosity. Like, even like the most super liberal guy has listened to a Rogan interview and been like, oh, it was actually really cool. He talked to like my favorite musician and he seemed like a pretty interesting guy. Like, and also he's not saying things that are as salacious as Trump. Yeah. Like, Trump was just out there with wild
And Rogan's
shit.
vaccine take is very centered. Yeah. He's like, look, I didn't fully agree with him where he was like, I think you only need it if you're like fat or older.
I believe in that.
I think if you're an adult, you can take it. But I completely agree with what his main gripe is, which is, I don't think we should give it to kids.
So that's what he said to me. He was like, bro, once you have kids, this whole shit changes. Like,
and I agree. I'm with him on that. I think adults can get it. Kids, I don't want to shoot them up yet.
Yeah.
If they give it to an adult who is vaccinated, he'll get a little sick. Okay, big deal.
Yeah.
That's the flu.
And also, like, if you're like a scientist, you're actually going by the numbers. Like, apparently having the antibodies is more effective than the vaccine.
Which he also brought up to Sanjay. And Sanjay was like, you're right. And that's
so it's like, why does he need the vax now that he got the antibodies?
And this is where CNN is also, so I saw a reaction piece where they interviewed Sanjay Gupta. And one piece, they played that part and it's fine. And then Sanjay starts off relatively centered. Then they play this part where Joe goes, the best immunity is to get the vaccine and then get it, really. And then Sanjay in the interview is like, what? What do you mean? He's like, what? You get the vaccine, you have immunity, and then you get COVID. So you only get a little bit sick, but now you have the super strong antibodies from getting sick, which is, again, it makes a ton of sense. And then Sanjay made it like he flipped it. Like, he's like, I don't think anybody should intentionally want to get the vaccine.
They're terrified of saying the wrong thing that could be misinterpreted and blah, blah, blah.
But he also was just like,
I'm sorry. I also understand that a little bit because, like, as a doctor, you have a different responsibility as like a podcast host or as a comedian.
That's fair.
As a doctor, you can't, and if you were like America's doctor, which they position him as, you really can't be out there like, yo, get vaccinated, get it.
Yeah.
Start making out with motherfuckers at a concert because then you're going to have the antibodies because people will do that shit.
Yes, they will.
So
they said something. I don't remember his exact response, but I remember one of the cuck anchors was like, "Well, you're a lot more patient than I am, Sanjay. I don't know that I could have sat there for 3 hours and listened to that." And then Sanjay was like,
"Listen to what?"
Yeah, and then Sanjay was like, "Yeah, you know, your head is different. You're definitely spinning in a lot of different directions. It's hard to get, you know, to know what's going on or something kind of smug like that." And it's like, bruh. You were on there and you were saying you were playing ball with Rogan. Yeah. Now you get off and all of a sudden, I don't know what I was in. That was a crazy place. You weren't in fucking Narnia.
I did give him props for going on in the first place and like putting himself in that position and like having the conversation. But I was annoyed when he went on with Don Lemon specifically because Don Lemon was like, well, Rogan suggested that we lied. We never actually lied. The ivermectin is a horse dewormer. So it was never a lie. And it's like...
And that's Sanjay's... Sanjay right there can go... Yeah, but we could have said he took ivermectin, and we said he took.
But Rogan doesn't pay his bills, so he's like,
that's true.
I know where my bread's buttered. I'm with you guys.
Exactly. That is the thing. It's like, technically speaking, they didn't lie.
Yeah.
Technically speaking.
That's some legalese like attorney bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is ivermectin used for horses?
And 100%. Before they ran that headline, they had the lawyers look at it and be like, "Are we good?
Yeah, 100%.
We can get this."
100%. Now, I would argue they did lie with making him look yellow.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
Yeah.
You're making him look unhealthy.
Yeah.
On purpose.
I mean, we all agree, yeah, it's a lie, but like I think in the legal definition, the FCC, all that shit.
They could go, hey, listen, we're just filtered. We filter pictures all the time. We wanted to make sure.
Yeah, to have the best quality on the TV at home, we had to make it reach whatever standards.
It's not necessarily a lie, but they did give out misleading information.
Yeah, it's intentionally manipulating the truth.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you're a news organization, you should be held to a higher standard for misleading information.
Yeah.
If you're fucking Entertainment Tonight, and you want to put out Rogan
TMZ.
Yeah, like TMZ. It's like, I don't even care.
Put a fucking mustache on him. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter at all.
But when you're the news, the literal news, and the chyron is Rogan takes horse, what is it? Dewormer?
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like a character assassination, even though they probably didn't break any laws. So
also, isn't every drug a horse drug when you just take more of it? Like if a horse's knee hurts and you give it mad aspirin.
Bro, you got a horse heart surgery?
Yeah.
Where they do surgery on the horse heart?
Yo, you got horse heart, like every drug. Like
Ketamine's a popular.
Pepto-Bismol.
They give Benadryl to dogs. If I'm taking Benadryl, am I taking dog allergy medicine?
You take
I'm taking dog medicine?
You take dog medicine.
I do, I guess. Hey, man.
Like, I don't think the medicine for animals, specifically mammals, is that different. I'm no fucking vet. But I doubt it's that different because when you're a vet, you just get to be a vet for all the animals. You don't even got to specialize. It's not like you're a hippopotamus vet. Like, literally, we treat all animals like, all right, you know them all.
Yeah.
You didn't spend time learning how
dog
alligators
cardiologist.
work. Yeah.
You are a vet. You do all animals, all parts.
Because we don't even care if that shit hurts them that bad. We don't know if ivermectin really deworms. Mad Horse is reading this article like, fam, that shit don't even work on us. I got worms every single day.
You don't know what the side effects?
Come on, yo. Shit is crazy. I don't even like carrots no more.
I be galloping crooked.
But yeah, I mean, we're fucked up with horses. They break their leg, we just shoot them in the head.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we shouldn't be going to horses for medical advice in general, bro. That's
Damn. How you even call yourself a vet when you break the leg? You know how crazy a horse might feel in that moment? Like the leg is broken, you see the fucking gun getting put to the head.
No,
You're what are you doing?
that's weird.
First you're like, oh, thank God the doctor's here.
I'm gonna fix my knee.
leg.
Hey, are they okay? They're on the knee. They know my knee hurts. I don't speak English, so it's hard for them to understand. They got the knee. Okay, what's that guy doing? Hey, why's it? Hey, what are you doing? Why's he got cocked to my knees fucked up? My knees fucked up. Isn't that crazy?
It's not my head at all.
Yo,
really.
Veterinarians, you're not doctors, yo. I'm sorry. Every time I go to the vet, I'm like, yo, my doctor got diarrhea. They're like, all right, just wait a few days. All right. Thank you, doctor of dogs. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, bro.
I've gotten better dog advice from your sister, who's not. I mean, she trains and breeds.
She's not a classically trained vet though.
But she's not. But she'll be like, she'll give me like the old like wives' tale medicine.
Yeah.
She'll give me like Mexican like you know what I mean?
Oh,
like favela.
yeah.
She'll give me like Brazilian favela.
Put
medicine.
fennel seed under their nose.
Bro,
yeah.
rub a tomato on her chest. The tomato's gonna suck out all the demons.
Yeah, go beast one time. Might help.
We going beast. All I'm saying is, it is crazy, and I think you can be able to call most medicines that are commonly used. Like for example, like when someone takes 20 Advils and just tries to kill themselves as suicide, do you say, guy took one
Horse dose
of Advil to kill himself?
No.
Guy ODs on horse headache medicine. Right? You're lying.
Yeah.
You're not, but you are.
I mean, you saw the thing that Rogan posted where he's like, I've been drinking lots of water. And then the CNN headline is, Joe Rogan promotes ingesting liquid commonly used as engine coolant.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right.
That's great.
You can twist anything and flip it to sound crazy.
Yeah.
If you want to go as someone's character.
Yeah.
And it's technically not illegal.
Oh, and just to point out, and Mark was saying this even when we took a break, like Fox does the exact same shit.
100%.
They all do the exact same fucking thing. Here's the thing. We expected it of Fox, and maybe because we're like liberal cucks, or we grew up in liberal cuck places.
If you grew up in New York, you're like, yeah, Fox is garbage.
Yeah, we just grew up thinking everything that Fox puts out is biased and fake, and we thought that CNN was just truthful. And now that we found out that CNN and Fox are literal mirror images of one another, they're both.